Okay, so I just saw a video of a mom showing the difference between how she does math problems and how her son, who's probably around the age of 6, does math problems. And we all know there's a big difference, especially if you learned math before Common Core was a thing. So my son's not there yet because he's 4 and he can't even put like blocks on top of each other yet. So I don't have to deal with that just yet. But when I was in high school, they tried to introduce Common Core math, like tried to introduce it. So like only like a couple classes were doing it. And they did this in my senior year of high school. The most important year of high school for like testing and college admittance and SAT and ACT scores and all that fun shit. Yeah, so they stuck me, and I love math, okay? I'm not like I'm not like, I don't freak out when it comes to math. I love math. I was always really good. I was always really good at math because it just made sense to me. So I'm talking like almost straight A's in math. So then senior year, they stick me in this class. Oh, what do you know? It's one of the classes that were just made into one of those Common Core math classes. Well, the thing is that if you think parents right now have a hard time of understanding how to work Common Core math, the teachers didn't know what the fuck they were doing at the time. I'm just saying. And I mean, I'm not talking shit about my teacher. It's just that he was given this curriculum. This man who is in his 40s, okay, and he's suddenly having to teach a whole new way to do math. But this was the problem, is that we're sitting in class, all right? This was Algebra 2, because I needed a filler math for this year. So like, I think I already took like trig and pre-cal or something, but I just needed something to fill in a spot. So I took Algebra 2 because I'm like, fucking easy, whatever. So they end up sticking us in this class. The teacher up there, he writes, this is how it went every fucking day, okay, for the short time I was in this class. Spoiler alert. So he would write the problem up on the board, and then he would ask us to solve the problem. He would have someone come up to show how they solve the problem, and then he would be like, 10 times out of 10, oh, that's not correct. Okay, so correct it. Well, me being the teacher right now, oh, well, you have to figure it out yourself. Okay, and I thought that was part of Common Core math, like you had to figure it out yourself. No, the guy just didn't know how to teach it to us because it was so confusing. Like you're having to make 10s and 1s and carry the 1s and doing this when you could just do like 10 plus 11 is 22. That didn't make sense. Sorry, I wasn't actually using my brain that time. 10 plus 11 is 21. Sweet Lord baby Jesus. Anyway, so that's how it went. He would put this problem up on the board, be like, solve this problem. We would solve the problem. It would be the correct answer, but he'd be like, no, you didn't get to it the right way. Because we always had the right answer. It was just, you didn't do it the right way. And it's not just a show your work situation like how you would on like paper. It's you're learning a whole other fucking smorgasbord of information that no. So my mama, who she's come through for me a couple times at school, and she definitely did for this time. She went into the school and was essentially like, y'all are fucking up. And my mama don't cuss or nothing. She's like, y'all are fucking up. My child's senior year, because I was failing. I was straight. Everyone in the class was failing. Everyone was failing. No one was passing shit. Zeros across the board. So they finally, I don't know what they did with that class, but it was my mom was like, you're putting her in a different class. This is some bullshit. So they took me and moved me to this other lady's class who's a black teacher. I love her to death. She's the fucking best. Straight A's. They weren't teaching Common Core in that class. Straight A's. I was the only one in that entire class that didn't have to take the final exam. My ass was skipping off across the hall to go watch Rio 2 or some bullshit, or Rio 1. I don't even know which Rio, but it was Rio, and I'm like, I was just like, see you motherfuckers later, like, and it's just like, I hope, man, like, do we still do Common Core math even around here? Like, I feel like they ditched it, maybe, but I'm still seeing kids do it. And I'm like, I'm gonna have to tell these teachers later on, like, look, fuck your Common Core, because if I'm, if my son, which I hope he will one day, be able to do math problems and such, I would like to not teach them this stupid, over-explained way of getting to a simple answer. You're going to take 5 minutes to get to one answer when you could take a minute to get to the answer. Like, are you just wanting them to take like 10 times as long on one problem? I don't get it. And I mean, you could just say, oh, it's kids, you know, they're young, and then no, they were trying to have me do this shit in like 12th grade. And I mean it's not just because they're young. Like, that's how you have to do it. I'm like, I ain't doing it. I'm not fucking with all that shit. And oh no. So for all you parents out there struggling with the math out there, the math you didn't grow up with, fucking hey, I'm not looking forward to it. I would just have to send something to the teacher and just be like, look, I'm sorry, but he's gonna learn regular math. And he'll show his work for that, but it ain't gonna be the way you want him to show his work. So I also just wanted to like pop in here at the end and just mention that the addition and subtraction over explanation of the Common Core is bullshit. But if you want to teach us something that follows the same kind of trajectory of just like working stuff out like that, teach us how to work large multiplication numbers, like 112 times 300. Teach me how to get that shit quickly, because then of course I'm sitting there with the times table with 3 digits and 3 digits. I'm sitting there for like ever trying to carry the zero, dash, carry the zero, ooh, do this, add it all up. When I've seen like children in Asia, I don't know if it was Japan or China, I feel like it was Japan, and they teach them to do like the line method. You do like 1, 2, 3 lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, however, whatever follows like if it's like 1, 2, 3, you're gonna do 1 and then 2 and then 3, and then you count where all the dots interconnect, and that's the answer, or something like that. Now that is impressive. Teach me that. Don't teach me with the simple addition and subtraction about putting shit in boxes and getting to this. No, teach me teach these kids how to calculate large quantities of numbers in a small amount of time. That's what you should be teaching, not small amount of numbers with a large amount of time. It don't make no damn sense.